everyone. You're welcome to the Total Education Show.
School is not just about academic subjects alone. School is also about co-curricular activities. School is engagement with fun. School is a lot more than just the cognitive side of things.
Development of a child is 360, and that's why we have tagged this program Total Education Show.
Stream is here to raise kids that will identify the problems, come together as a group, inquire why this problem happened, and they see a way to correct the error.
We normally say that we have 4 baskets of rights. So four baskets
Of rights.
of children.
Oh, awesome.
As provided for by the Child Rights Law.
Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of the Total Education Show. Today on the show we're having a feedback session. We're going to be looking at all that people have sent in. Oh, a few, we can't cover all, there are so many messages. So today is the last episode of the Total Education Show. We had the opportunity of showcasing to you all that we do, all that the students have done, key officials, the administrators, the overseers of so many MDAs and departments. We were able to hear from the mind of the commissioner at a point as well what she wants for every child in the Lagos State Ministry of Education, that is every child in our schools. And we were able to even hear from the chairman Subeb, from the PS Education, from the person that is in charge of welfare of all teachers in the post-primary sector, the Lagos State Teaching Service Commission, the chairman of the commission, Mrs. Elizabeth Ariyo. We were able to also look at what our students have done. We've got some students come on to the studio. I think we had that episode on Children's Day, and today we just want to show you clips and clips and clips of everything, the making, some of the pictures, some things you did not see during the episodes. I know you will enjoy today's show as well, and I have gotten so used to coming on every week, coming on twice a week when we started, and it's been so much fun. I must tell you, as the anchor, I've had so much fun, and of course I've learned a lot. We are here live and direct, rounding off the Total Education Show. We thank the sponsors, we thank all those people that made it possible. I thank my team. Today is just a have fun episode where we can have a look back into everything. So sit down, don't go anywhere, enjoy as we continue. Today we have with us Mrs. Akinlade, the Director, Education Resource Center, Lagos State Ministry of Education. Welcome, my Director.
Thank you, Mrs. Alalade. Good afternoon, viewers.
They produce and they distribute the instructional materials and teaching aids that teachers use to make teaching and learning fun. Thank you. I want you to just briefly introduce yourself to the audience, ma'am.
I'm Mrs. Akinlade Omolayo, the Director, Lagos State Education Resource Center. Like Mrs. Alalade has already said, the department is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that all schools in Lagos State, I mean all schools, private
and public,
Lagos State Education Resource Center has that responsibility of building the capacity of teachers on how to select the instructional materials, how to design them, how to utilize them properly to bring about positive outcome in teaching and learning.
We all know that this year, 2020, as it's rounding off now, is a peculiar year.
Very, very peculiar.
The reason why we started up everything was, WAEC is coming up. They've cancelled WAEC. What are we going to do?
Students are not going to classes.
Exactly.
What do we do?
How does learning continue? Even as they are going back home.
Wow.
So I want you to share with us briefly what your department and your staff has been able to do.
The Lagos State Education Resource Center actually played a very big role when the COVID-19 came in and we needed to do the radio and television program. My officers, every one of us, we started by making sure that whatever is being recorded is being scrutinized properly and it is consumable. You see, it's not just recording, and that is Lagos State Face is very, very important in this matter. We can't just put anything on air
there.
And so we will just look at the technical aspects of the recording, the clarity of the voices of the teachers, making sure that the background, everything about the technicality of that recording is perfect for presentation.
I'm sure we want to know what next. What next?
The radio and television program has actually gingered us and swaggered us to think about bringing up very soon, you're going to hear about the Lagos State Education Radio Station.
Give it up, give it up, give it up. That's wonderful.
You see,
COVID-19 is bringing out wonderful
new things. Very soon you're going to be seeing so many things, beautiful things coming out of Lagos State.
Can you wait? I know we can't all
You'll be seen there because you can just...
That's where you produce.
We produce them.
The engine room.
Yes, the engine room where we do the production. So you can just come there, knock on our door, you get all of them.
And it's located at Ojodu, right on the road. It's very close to Babs Fafunwa.
Within Babs Fafunwa.
Within that same compound. Okay,
just drive in and ask for Education Resource Center. We are there waiting for you.
It's awesome having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
my director, for all that you shared with us today. And on this note, we're rounding off this aspect of this final episode of the Total Education Show. Don't go anywhere. Just hold on as we move on in the show. Welcome back. Yeah, we were talking about all the shots that you didn't get to see when we were recording the episode. So this is the first set of episodes where we had the TVET and that's Mr. Olaiwola. It was such a nice one, and we had quite a number of feedbacks from people who are interested in having their kids go to our technical and vocational education colleges in Lagos State. And we had Sojime Gbonwon, who started the talk on stream. That's science, technology, reading, engineering, arts and mathematics, yes. And then we went on with the lawyer, Adeni Ivaivo Titi Lola, and she was able to give us expressions, give us some acronyms when as regards, watching your child, whether the child is undergoing abuse or is being predated by the child defiance. And yes, talking about our partners, this is from Co-Creation Hub in the person of Nisi. Yes, Nisi Madu. She's the program manager there. She oversees the relearn and the educational aspect of Co-Creation Hub Sabuyaba. And here we had an episode covering all they do and what they have in stock for our students in Lagos State. And on this note, I must say thank you to Mr. Bosun Tijani. He is the head, the CEO, the visionary of Co-Creation Hub and quite a lot of other organizations under it. I want to say thank you to the people that represented students that have passed through the Lagos State Public Secondary Schools. And we had a wonderful show. Here we had all the teachers coming together, for their own show on October 5. We'll show you feedbacks and what people said about that show. And here is one of the students during the students episode, where all the students that were involved in either debates, one co-curricular activity or the other, science exhibitions, competitions, and so many others. And they had the opportunity of sharing why they do it and what they get from it. These are teachers that have been putting so much into what they do as teachers in Lagos State, and they've had medals won by their students as a result of it. Yeah, we went to Badagry. That was October 1st. If you remember the episode, yes, I'm sure you can remember, where we took a journey, we went on a tour, all the students of the Lagos State drama troupe, and it was so much fun. And we did this in collaboration with the director, Mr. Omibekun of Co-Curricular Services Division, and of course some of his staff went with us, and we met with the High Chief Jengen in Badagry, and of course we went to the Oniru of Iruland. Now here, as the students that did that video, it was such a colorful one. The episode was so colorful. We had music, we had everything done only by the students of Lagos State Public Schools. Yes, the Tutor General Permanent Secretary's episode, they are in charge of all schools, supervising and making sure that all our schools are working, and the engine room behind most of the things we see in our schools. This is Mrs. Okelola, and we have Mrs. Anike Adekonye, we have Dr. Ayodele of Education District 3, and then we have Mr. Enrile, the General Permanent Secretary of Education District 5. So we got these wonderful people doing a lot, and we see the results, and we pray that God will continue to strengthen you as you continue to uphold the education sector in Lagos State. Here we have the chairman Subeb during his episode where he was telling us about all that, and these are wonderful children. Yes, I can't just forget the way these children spoke, what they've done in their little years. In fact, this boy right here became the winner of the quiz competition this year. Some people have it in their mind that anything about Lagos State, they are trying to prep up or something. This is for real. They are for real. As we have very outstanding students, just like any other school, we have students that are in between, and we have the ones that are slow learners as well. And we had the episode of Mrs. Ario. Yes, wonderful one. People were able to know what it takes to recruit teachers and what it takes to take care of the welfare of teachers in Lagos State. Now we also had an episode which was very recent, the one that we covered at Lasso community, where they were magnanimous enough to give some parts of their land to this community to start up a school. We showed you where the government is already putting together a structure, which very soon, by God's grace, when it's completed, they're going to move in there. And they were so glad that they have been able to do that. So we have more to show you. I'll go right on to the feedback. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's great to be here, and I'm so pleased to come in and have a small chat with you this morning. You know that as a state, since the lockdown began, sequel to the COVID pandemic, we had to lock down schools, and we had to find a way by which our students would keep on learning, and the way by which our teachers could keep on teaching them. And this was quite challenging because we had to look for various media. Could we go online? Could we go on radio? Could we go on TV? One of the happiest things I think we've done is that we were able to engage in multiple channels to reach as many students as possible, even up to channels beyond radio, TV, online, as well as WhatsApp, Telegram, and so on. And so as we wind up now, and we really must wind up because school is now in full session, the students are back, and we need them now to focus exclusively on what is happening in school. We have to wind up. It's sad because when you start something, it's always sad to see it end. But it's always good to see it end because that means you are successful at what we did. And so my job today is very simple. It's to say thank you. Thank you to multiple people who have been involved. Let me start with the teachers. The teachers gave up their time. Teachers are wonderful. Teachers are what you call in loco parentis. And they did this during this period. They gave up their time, they gave up their energy, they gave up their substance. They were recording, they were teaching every day. And we had programs every day from March till now. And I'm so proud of Lagos State teachers who came to the forefront when this started, learned a lot of new skills, were excited about their learning, and even developed their own personal platforms with which they were reaching the students in their schools. I say kudos to you. God bless you, all the teachers. The second set of people that I have to say thank you to are the radio stations that give us airtime. It's very difficult to say this without being emotional, but they did this without taking a penny from us since March. Who would do that? Who would do that but a friend who is as close to one as a brother? We have found great friends, and we thank them. Let me start with TVC. They added the icing on the cake. Now let me talk about the people who baked the cake. Let me first thank Wazobia. Wazobia FM, what a wonderful station. Day in, day out for months, giving us airtime. I hope everybody listening to me knows that people pay for this airtime. But they gave it to us for from the bottom of their hearts. Apart from the fact that we were also recording, they had to train our teachers so that our teachers could upskill themselves in video recording. I thank you very much. What you have done is for the ages, because you have changed lives, students' lives, and I thank you. I need to thank Nigeria FM, also with us from the beginning, willingly giving up airtime. They came to us and said, we will give you airtime. I thank you very much on behalf of Lagos State Government. I cannot thank you enough, and I know that Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu joins me in thanking all of you, because this was impressive, and most people did not believe that you were doing this out of the goodness of your heart. I need to now say a big thank you to parents. I have discussions with some parents. Some parents told me, oh, I wish I'd gone to school in these times. I'm learning so much as well. So parents are learning along with their children. And there's no greater joy than sitting with your child and learning and growing together. So I say thank you to parents. And this also brings me to the devices. At a point, we found that many children were not able to log on because they just didn't have the devices. And so I want to say a big thank you to the various organizations that donated money to us to enable us to buy the devices. I will start with my staff in the Ministry of Education, various PSCs, the chairman of TESCOM, the chairman of our various MDAs, who supported us, put money down for the first seed money to buy the radios. From there, we went on to the Council of Wives of Lagos State Officials, COWSLO, led by our very amiable, friendly, and kind mother, the First Lady, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu. They too donated tens of thousands of radios to us at a very impressive ceremony where they also called on other people to join us. We had individuals, we had corporate organizations, we had groups of friends. I want to say thank you to Ayo Tunde, Ayo Kweju Njideka and her family and friends who also supported us in various ways. I have to now say a big thank you to First Bank as well, because they too donated devices to us, as well as other organizations. FMDQ, South Sahara were magnificent. They came to our support as well. South Sahara, whose content we use for our junior secondary school programs throughout, and they too gave us of their content free. I say a very big thank you to them. I have to say thank you to CC Hub, Co-Creation Hub in Yaba. We were using their studio for recording some of our broadcasts. I say a big thank you to you. I also want to thank HDI, who helped us extend the TVC program by paying for slots for us. And let me thank my colleagues in the Ministry of Education. People worked beyond the normal call of duty. People worked long hours. People used their data, used their time. There were people who watched the programs every day. They were like our QA, our quality assurance. I need to thank them. From the PSCs down, we have our PS Education, Mrs. Abosede Adelaja, the TG, the Tutor General PAMSEX of the 6th District, who were all involved in this whole process, who gave us content, who supported by ensuring that their students logged on and were partakers in the program. I thank them. I thank all their staff. I thank my staff in my office. Working with all of you has been a pleasure. I thank all my colleagues on EFSCO. I think everybody just supported in whatever way they could. I also thank the Deputy Governor, Dr. Bafemi Hamzat, because I'm somebody who always wants support. And every time I called him, he was always patient, was always kind. He would always tell me what to do, the best way to approach things. I cannot but thank him as well. I need to also thank my governor, able, indefatigable governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, who supported us throughout all this. Like I said, we are winding this program down, but certainly not winding down our relationship with all these wonderful organizations, because we are winding down what we can only call phase 1. We are moving to phase 2, where we will deploy the power of technology and communication to further deepen teaching and learning across this our wonderful state.
Welcome to this part of the episode where we're going to talk about the feedback from all our audiences, or most of our audiences out there. We thank you first of all for sending us your comments, text messages, WhatsApp messages, some phone calls. Yes, immediately the program begins, I get like 100 phone calls. Yes, from you. It's fantastic. I enjoy it. I try as much as possible, even though we ask that it should be only text messages, I still try to pick some calls, and we must commend our listeners that they go along with the show. There was this message from Ambassador Femi Aribodo. We thank you because you commended that you love what we do here. You commended the Lagos State government, and you said that this is what is needed in modern trend. You also mentioned that there is need for children, or for a child to have a skill to stand out among all the equals in the world, and you said we should keep it up. Thank you so much, Ambassador Femi Aribodo. We also have feedback from a student from State Senior Grammar School in Lagos State, Chukwebeke Chinedu Ejechi. He or she thanked the Lagos State government for giving them the phone that they use. You know, we had recently, we gave phones to students and to teachers, and devices, other devices for them to follow up on our radio and television intervention programs. And the child is saying thank you, and we say thank you, Chinedu, for sending in your comments. We also have from another person. The person didn't put their name, but the message was sent in September, and this message is saying that this program boosts creativity and increases the thinking capacity of the students. She listened to the program and she enjoyed it, particularly that aspect, the one that Mr. Odetola Ebenezer taught us how to make paper bag, and she said it boosted our knowledge and creativity in craft making. Thank you very much, and thank you for the encouragement, and we will keep it up. Another one that I want to go over, there are so many. You see that some are showing on the screen, and it's not everything I'll be able to talk about. I'm just picking a few ones, and here is another one that this particular person was able to watch the episode of the Total Education Show on October 1st. That is the Nigeria at 60 episode. And she said, thanks and happy independence. Banaso Faith, and that she enjoyed the show. She says that God bless the Lagos State government. We also have so many fantastic comments of great show, love your show, and fantastic memory of Lagos. It's educative, good initiative by the government, and we wish that the program can continue in each local government across the state, so that we can take our children there to learn, especially during the holiday. We'll communicate this to the government, to the ministry, and we'll see what they can do about that. You even gave us your location from Ogba. Thank you, Hamzat Muhyiddin. Thank you also to each and every one of you that talked about how lovely, how interesting, how wonderful the program is, and that you pray that it becomes a common practice in our society to respect children's rights, even as we touch the aspect of child rights. We also have people sending in comments. Let me read this one from when we featured the chairman TESCOM, Mrs. Elizabeth Ariyo, and the person said, thank you so much, our TESCOM chairman, for your good service to Lagos State. I watched and listened to you well on the TVC program, the Total Education Show. I appreciate you, ma. Keep doing well. Thank you so much for sending that in. There are so many people sending in their creativity. Some people that made like a plane, parachutes, rockets with paper, the craft, anti-craft aspect. And we have people that showcase what they've been able to do. This is a particular child from Ebu Unison from Benin City, Edo State. I saw your messages. I saw your pictures of all those wonderful things that you have made. You've made robot cars. You've done so much. And I pray that God will make you to grow more in creativity and make a lot out of it. Don't give up. Don't give up that gift. Don't give up what you've been doing. Just continue to do what you do, and before you know it, you'll be out there celebrated, and people will see you. On this note, I'll say thank you, and we've come to the end of the Total Education Show on TVC. We love you all. We thank you for your support. We thank the governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, for giving us the opportunity to do this. We thank you, Mommy Folashade Adefisayo, whom you just listened to earlier on in the show. We also thank the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Education, Mrs. Abosede Adelaja. We thank all the General Permanent Secretaries, the Executive Chairman, TESCOM, the Executive Chairman, SUBEB, Lagos State SUBEB. We thank everyone that makes Lagos State Ministry of Education what it is today. As many as we are there, we are all very important, and we take our role every day, and that is what we see. The schools have opened now, though it's in sessions. Some people come today, some don't come the next day, day. But we hope by the time we get to 2021, things will be different. Corona will pack its bag and go with 2020, and we'll all see each other beyond this year. So thank you so much. I love you all. And on this note, I say we wrap up the show. Thank you and stay blessed. I remain Wumi Tolualalade. See more of you. Yeah. Be good, be independent, be total, and of course, make impact. Bye.